Every island nobody is allowed to visit. North Sentinel Island, Andaman Sea, India. There is an island in the Bay of Bengal, where the government of India has made it illegal to go within 3 miles of the shore. Not because of military secrets, not because of natural disasters, because the people living there will kill you. The Sentinelese have lived on North Sentinel Island for an estimated 60,000 years. They have rejected every single contact attempt from the outside world. In 2018, an American missionary named John Allen Chow paid fishermen to illegally drop him off near the island. The next morning, fishermen watching from a distance saw the tribe dragging his body along the beach. India has no plans to retrieve the body. They can't. The island remains completely under Sentinelese control, and the Indian government officially protects their right to isolation. Nobody is allowed in. Nobody ever will be. Poveglia Island, Venice, Italy. Just a few miles from the canals of Venice sits an island that Italy has kept closed to the public for decades. Poveglia has one of the darkest histories of any piece of land in Europe. During the bubonic plague, thousands of infected people were shipped there to die. Bodies were burned in mass pits. Historians estimate over 100,000 people died on that island. The soil is said to be made up of over 50% human ash. In the early 1900s, a mental asylum was built there. A doctor who worked there reportedly went insane himself, climbed the asylum bell tower and jumped. The bell tower still stands. The asylum still stands. Italy briefly auctioned the island in 2014, but canceled public access entirely shortly after. Locals refused to fish anywhere near it. Heard Island, Southern Ocean, Australia. Most people have never heard of Heard Island. That is exactly how Australia wants it. Located roughly halfway between Africa and Antarctica, Heard Island is one of the most remote places on Earth. It has 2 active volcanoes. The weather is so violent that waves regularly exceed 20 meters. Australia controls it, but almost never sends anyone there. What makes it unusual is that because it is so completely untouched, scientists believe it may represent what Earth looked like before humans existed. Every species there evolved in complete isolation. There are creatures on that island that behave in ways not seen anywhere else on the planet. The few expeditions that have gone describe it as genuinely alien. You need special permits from the Australian government to visit. Almost none are granted. Snake Island, São Paulo, Brazil. Ilha da Queimada Grande sits off the coast of Brazil, and the Brazilian Navy controls access entirely. Civilians are completely banned. Even most researchers are denied entry. The reason is simple. The island has the highest concentration of venomous snakes on Earth. Estimates range from 1 to 5 snakes per square meter. The species living there, the golden lancehead viper, exists nowhere else in the world. Its venom is so potent, it can melt human flesh around the bite wound. The snakes ended up there because rising sea levels thousands of years ago cut the island off from the mainland. With no ground predators, they multiplied without limit. There are reportedly between 2,000 and 4,000 of them on an island that is less than half a square mile. The last lighthouse keeper stationed there was found dead. His family, who came to find him, were also found dead. Brazil decommissioned the lighthouse and has kept the island closed ever since. Diego Garcia, Indian Ocean. Diego Garcia does not appear on most commercial maps. If you search for it, you will find almost nothing. That is deliberate. It is a small island in the middle of the Indian Ocean that the United States and United Kingdom operate as a joint military base. No tourists, no journalists, no independent observers of any kind. The entire civilian population that originally lived there, the Chagosians, were forcibly removed by the British government in the 1960s and 1970s to make room for the base. They have been fighting in courts ever since to return. They have not been allowed back. What happens on Diego Garcia is officially classified. It has been linked to CIA rendition flights during the War on Terror. Several governments have alleged it was used as a black site. The UK and US have never confirmed or denied this. The island remains completely off-limits to the outside world. Surtsey Island, Iceland's Surtsey is one of the youngest islands on Earth. It rose out of the ocean from a volcanic eruption that began in 1963 and finished in 1967. The moment it stopped erupting, Iceland and the scientific community made a decision. Almost no one would ever be allowed to set foot on it. The reason is extraordinary. Scientists wanted to watch, in real time, how life colonizes a completely barren piece of land. No contamination, no human interference. Only a handful of researchers are permitted to visit each year, and they follow extreme protocols to make sure they don't accidentally carry seeds or bacteria onto the island. The results have been remarkable. Within years, birds arrived, then plants, then insects, then foxes swam across. An entire ecosystem is building itself from nothing, exactly as it would have millions of years ago, and humans are watching it happen from a distance on purpose. North Brother Island, New York City, USA. In the middle of New York City, between the Bronx and Rikers Island, sits a place most New Yorkers don't know exists and cannot visit. North Brother Island was the site of one of America's worst maritime disasters. In 1904, the steamship General Slocum caught fire just offshore. Over 1,000 people died, most of them women and children from the Lower East Side. Many are believed to still be in the water around the island. The island later became a quarantine facility for Typhoid Mary, the first asymptomatic carrier of typhoid ever identified. She was held there, against her will, twice, for a total of nearly 26 years. Today, the island is completely abandoned and officially closed. The buildings are collapsing. Trees are growing through floors. The city of New York owns it, but has no plans for it. Only researchers studying the bird colonies nesting in the ruins are occasionally permitted to enter. Niihau, Hawaii, USA. Niihau is the 8th largest Hawaiian island, and it is privately owned. The Robinson family purchased it from the Kingdom of Hawaii in 1864 for $10,000, and it has remained closed ever since. The roughly 70 people who live there have chosen to live without running water, without paved roads, without internet, and largely without electricity. The Hawaiian language spoken there is considered the purest form still in existence because the island has had almost no outside influence for over 150 years. The Robinson family allows no outsiders in without a personal invitation from a resident. No exceptions. No tourism. No journalists. The island operates on its own terms entirely, and has for a century and a half.